Before we get started, I just want to say thank you to everyone out there who has commented, liked and subscribed to the channel. If you're new to the channel, please hit the subscribe button, tap the notifications icon so you're notified every time there's a new upload. And thank you very much for stopping by and watching the videos. Hi everyone, I hope you're all safe and well. Thanks for joining me for another video. I'm just putting together a new video to stick on the channel, but while I was doing that, I thought I'd share this with you. So today's my little boy's birthday. He's 5 years old today, and we were supposed to be going camping. Unfortunately, the weather's been absolutely howling, so he was devastated, bless him, absolutely heartbroken. So we decided we'd do a little bit of camping indoors at home. So we've got the campfire on the TV. We've got the tent set up in the living room. And look at this. How cute is that? So after being absolutely devastated by horrible weather and not being able to go camping, improvised camping this evening has been really well received. The kids absolutely loved it. Got to sleep in a tent, and you know, I got to make my little boy smile on his birthday, so I'm really happy with that. Okay, so two things on the agenda today. First, we're going to talk about a trip I made yesterday to one of my favourite exotic pet shops. Local to where I used to live. We've moved recently, but we went back there yesterday for a look around, and we got a couple of new additions to add to the collection while we were there. I say we, actually one of the things that was picked out by my 3-year-old, who you've seen on previous videos. Decided that that's what he wanted for his birthday, which is coming up in a few days. Yeah, I know, 2 birthdays very close together, very expensive time of the year. But he saw something he really wanted. So we got him that, and unfortunately we're not going to see the rehouse and stuff of those because we were in a bit of a rush when we got back. We needed to get them sorted, and I was absolutely shattered after finishing work and then driving down there. So that'll be the first thing. The second thing, which is linked to that, is we're going to be talking about how to sex tarantulas from their molts. So basically determining whether your tarantula is a male or female by examining the inside of a molted skin or a shed skin. And I'm going to take you through that step by step and tell you exactly what it is that you're looking for, so you guys can do it yourselves at home. So the trip out yesterday was to a shop in Farnborough in Hampshire called Reptasia. I'll put a link in the description below to their Facebook and Instagram. I've been going to this place ever since they first opened about 7 years ago. Absolutely phenomenal place. Really, really huge range of stuff, whether you're into snakes, reptiles, amphibians, tarantulas, other inverts. They've got just about, you know, everything you can think of. Definitely worth a check out. And if you live in the area, or you know, want to trip out to somewhere that's got some decent stuff, then feel free to jump in and go head down and check these guys out. They're absolutely fantastic. Like I said, I've been using them for years, and yeah, I will continue to take the opportunity to go back every now and again just to have a look and see what they've got in stock. So while we were in there having a wander around and a look, obviously me being the type of person I am, I head straight to the invert section while my wife has a wander around and looks at the snakes and the amphibians and the reptiles and that sort of stuff. So while I'm down there having a look around, I've got my little 3-year-old with me, and he says, I want one of these for my birthday. Okay, what do you want for your birthday? And he says, I want a purple tree spider. I didn't realise my 3-year-old knew what a purple tree spider was, however he does. So yeah, he's decided he wants a purple tree spider, and as luck would have it, on the top shelf in there they had a adult female purple tree spider. So a Tarantulas violaceus is the purple tree spider. They had one. So we got it down, had a look. He decided absolutely adamantly that's what he wanted for his birthday. So we picked it up. At the same time, I also picked up a little Psalmopoeus armenia, which is the Venezuelan sun tiger, just a little sling. And I'll show you those in a second. But obviously with pet shops, I don't always take them at their word in terms of the sex of the spiders that they sell you, because I've done it quite a few times now where I've been to a pet shop I've bought a confirmed female, and a few months later it's molted out into a mature male. I absolutely trust these guys implicitly. However, I always like to double check myself, and I would advise all of you to do the same thing. Always double check to make sure that you're happy with what you've got. But you know, luckily enough, there was a brand new, fresh, molted skin in the enclosure with the spider, and they were more than happy for me to take that away as well, so I could confirm the sex for myself, which is what we're going to do very shortly. Have a look and I'll take you through the process of that. So my 3-year-old son, soon to be 4-year-old son, has a adult female, potentially adult female, purple tree spider for his birthday. I've got a little Psalmopius armenia Venezuelan sun tiger, and we're going to confirm the sex of that in a second. Okay, so first up we've got the Tarantulas violaceus, the purple tree spider. She is an adult female, possibly sub-adult. She looks about the right sort of size. She's about 4.5 to 5 inches leg span, fully spread out. I love these guys. Apart from being amazing looking New World arboreal species, they are super fast when they get moving. They do have a habit of moving like lightning, almost teleporting from one place to another. Fantastic, you know me, I love my fast and characterful spiders. Not only you can see it super well there at the moment, but there you go. That's the little Psalmopius armenia Venezuelan sun tiger sling. Only a diddy little thing, but again, an amazingly beautiful species when they grow up. Nice jet velvety black with some bright orange lightning markings on the tarsus. Yeah, absolutely beautiful species. Really looking forward to watching this grow up. And now on to the slightly more educational piece. So this is the shed skin from the Tarantulas violaceus, the purple tree spider. So we dug that out, as you can see, super dry and crispy. Definitely going to need to rehydrate that, and I'll show you how to do that now. If you get one that's in a good condition, if you have a look there, you can see that the abdomen skin is still in fairly good nick, so we should be able to open that out and point out specifically what makes this girl a girl. Okay, so people have slightly different methods for doing this, but I'm going to take you through the method that I use. The stuff that you'll need is pretty much the same. What you're going to need is, firstly, your shed skin. You're going to need a paintbrush, possibly a small pair of tweezers. You're going to need some warm water, some washing up liquid, and a pot to put it in. And also what helps is a magnifying glass, depending on the size of the molt that you're trying to sex. Okay, so the first thing you want to do is take your water and pop in just a single drop of washing up liquid. There we go. And the reason we do that is, if you've ever seen tarantulas when they're sort of dipping their legs into their water bowl, or if you've ever seen one that sort of, you know, for some reason gets into onto a puddle of water or anything like that, you notice that the water doesn't soak in. They sort of almost sit on the surface tension of the water. And the thing that washing up liquid does is it basically makes water thinner than it already is. So it means that there is no surface tension. So where it would normally float on it, it now won't. So all I like to do is take my warm water, pour some of it into the cricket tub that's got a little bit of kitchen towel in the bottom of it. Make sure that's nice and wet. And that there's a decent amount in there. Pop your shed skin in. Make sure that is nice and covered in the water, and you'll notice straight away that that starts to uncurl and that sort of stuff very quickly starts to unfold. So all we're simply going to do, pop the lid on for a couple of minutes, Give it a sort of a tilt round, and we're going to wait for that to do its job. Okay, so that's been in there for about 5 minutes now, and as you'll see when we take the lid off, that really dry, crusty malt is now quite soft and pliable, and we can move the legs and all that sort of stuff again. So all we're going to do now is very, very carefully, because you don't want to destroy the abdomen skin, is remove that from the water. And just lay it out onto a flat surface. Right, so now we're at this stage. This is the bit where we need to be very, very careful. So what we're going to do now is basically try and get access to the inside of the abdomen skin. So best thing to do this with is a paintbrush. You can use the tweezers to hold little bits, but try not to pull away with the tweezers. This is very, very thin and very, very delicate membrane. Okay, so use your paintbrush, and you can use that to slowly and gently sort of pry that abdomen skin apart. There we go. So what you're looking at doing is opening that up until you can expose this area here, just in the center between the proximal pair of book lungs. So this area here, this is called the epigastric furrow. In a female tarantula, on the inside of this area, you have something called spermatheca, which are it's basically like a pocket, I suppose. Can vary in shape depending on the species. Some of them look a little bit like Mickey Mouse ears. What that is that's an opening that goes from the outside inside to this little pocket area here, and this is where the male will deposit sperm with his pedipalps, with his palpal emboli, and this is how breeding in tarantulas is possible. So you want to spread that out as much as you can. And I can already see it here. I don't think you can see it from that view at the moment, but we're going to get it under a magnifying glass in a second, and I'll show you exactly it is what we're looking for. But just attached to this line here, you can see just a little pair of these little spermatheca popping up. Okay, so I couldn't find anything that I could slot behind them to show you, but you can make them out on the video. So I'm just going to point them out to you now. So if you look at the tip of the paintbrush, at this little area here, just below the paintbrush, you'll see that there's like this little bit that, there we go, that we're just raising with a paintbrush there. Okay, so this little area here, that is one of those receptacles, one of those spermatheca. And there is another one on the other side there you can just about see. Okay, so they are only present in female tarantulas. In males, you will just have a smooth, clean line with nothing between them at all. So we are absolutely 100% sure that this girl that we picked up is a female. You can see just there the two little receptacles just poking up. So I've just picked that up and turned it inside out just so they poke out a little bit more, so you can see a little bit better what it is specifically you're looking for. Now these ones look like sort of two little weird mushrooms that are growing up out of it. However, some of them sometimes just look like a single lip, etc. If you Google pictures of tarantula spermatheca, there's plenty of references on there as to exactly what they look like. Yeah, you know, dependent by species, etc. But for Tapinocenius violaceus, this is what they look like. One of the other things that you can also tell when you look at the spermatheca is whether your females are sexually mature. So when you look at these, if they're translucent and you can see through them, it usually indicates the females are not sexually mature yet. However, if they're opaque and you cannot see through them, and they have a more solid colour to them, then that is a good indicator that your female is sexually mature, very close to sexually mature. As you can see with these, they are opaque. You cannot see through them. They're not translucent. Obviously light shines through because it's a very thin membrane, but generally they're not see-through. They are quite dark in colour. You can tell that she is a sexually mature adult female. Guys, I hope this has been informative, and I hope it answers some questions in terms of how to sex tarantulas. So good luck when you have an opportunity to do this stuff for yourself. Feel free to PM me with any questions you've got, especially if you're doing sort of smaller tarantulas. It is possible to sex some incredibly small spiders in this manner, provided you have the correct equipment to do so. I have a USB microscope which I can use to do sort of small juveniles grown on slings, anything sort of upwards of about 1.5 inches leg span. Then you know you can sex quite early on. So I have to apologise for the grainy quality of the video today. I haven't had a huge amount of time, what with work and that sort of stuff, to shoot some new footage. I'm having to do it now. I'm sat next to my two boys sleeping in a tent, which is why the audio is not fantastic. I will start shooting some better footage soon, and sometime in the not too distant future I'm hoping to upgrade my audio and visual equipment so that the image quality and the audio quality is a little bit better for videos in the future. But thank you for bearing with me, and again apologies for the grainy quality of this one while I'm sat in the dark after a particularly long day. And that's all from me today, so thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please feel free to leave us a comment, like, subscribe, and we'll see you next time. Stay safe.